Hello everyone, today's video is just to show you how to use transfer foil with gel polish. So I've got a couple of coats of black gel polish completely cured on my nail, and then I'm taking this blue transfer foil, and you want to use the side that is not the pretty side, basically, the dull side, and then basically press it firmly onto your nail and then quickly rip it off. Now this is going to have varying different outcomes depending on what the tacky layer is like of your gel polish. I find that normally I quite like the black to use for my transfer foils, but you could use a colour that was similar to your transfer foil and have that as the base. But you just really want to experiment with your gel polishes and see which ones have a nice tacky layer for using transfer foil. Not all gel polishes have got a nice tacky layer. One thing I will mention also is once you have fully cured your nail, let it sit for, I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds just to, I don't want to say cool down because it's not like it's hot, but I feel like leaving it lets the tacky layer kind of develop more, and it, I don't know, I just find it transfers better. So basically I've just been repeating that step of pressing down firmly and then ripping off quickly all over the entire nail to fill it up as much as possible. Now you can see here that there are still gaps on the nail. If you don't mind these, then you can just go ahead, double top coat, and you're done. But if you want to fill them up, go in with any top coat that you use, as long as it has a tacky layer. You don't want to be using a no wipe top coat for this step, because we are going to basically repeat the transfer foil process again and stick it onto the areas that are still black. Now obviously these areas wouldn't be as noticeable if you had used a colour that was similar to the transfer foil colour. So I cured that completely, let it sit for 30 seconds, and then I'm going in and repeating the process of pressing down firmly and ripping off quickly until the entire nail is pretty much completely covered. Now obviously this doesn't work very well for any transfer foils that have like a design on them, you know, anything that you would basically want a full transfer for, and I think for that you would be best to use a transfer foil glue. I don't have one myself, and I don't know, I don't like adding layers of things. Like I don't add regular nail polish or foil glue as a full layer because I don't like the idea that it might make my gel polish not last as long. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't mind using normal nail polish for stamping, but I wouldn't put a whole layer of it on because it's not a gel polish, so it's not going to last as well. Probably doesn't make any sense, but anyway, I've just been pressing that on and ripping it off till the whole nail is covered. And don't worry if you get it all over your skin like I have, because it does come off really easily. So I'm pretty happy with that at this stage because I wasn't actually keeping this nail on, so it was just for demonstration purposes. But you really could keep going as long as you want. So I'm top coating again. I highly recommend that you double top coat your transfer foil because it is something that's added to the nail. It can come off easier than, say, just a layer of gel polish. I also go in with my dotting tool around the cuticle area to make sure that I can seal the transfer foil in properly. There's no bits that are sticking out past that I can't, so that I can get a nice seal, nice tight seal in there. Then I cured that completely, and I'm going in with a second top coat to make sure it's nice and smooth and encased, and it's going to last as long as possible. Now I want to take a second and ask, do you prefer seeing nail art tutorials on actual fingernails, or do you not mind if they're on little plastic fake ones? Let me know, because I'm happy to do either way. I just did these, well, this video, and I think the next video will be showing on my fingers just before I did. Well, actually I have nothing on my fingers at the moment. I just use isopropyl alcohol to wipe that off. Like you can see, it just comes off really easily. I think the best thing for transfer foil is just to experiment with different colours and see what works best for you, or even just use whatever colour you want and then use the tacky layer of your top coat if you find that your top coat tacky layer works the best. But I will say, if you want a full design, then you probably are better to use a transfer foil glue. But I quite like the way that the transfer foil looks, like it's almost got like a antique-y, aged, like worn look, especially with the black underneath. But like I said, with the blue under there it would be less obvious. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.